Many of these caps would end up being made by local tailors or seamstresses. Thus, there are several different styles and variants of the swing cap known to exist today. Hello everybody and welcome back, or if this is your first time tuning into my channel, welcome. My name is Mickey, this is Seamus. I'm a full-time eBay reseller as well as a military enthusiast, collector, nerd, dealer. And I just did a recent video where I did some of my finds from the show of shows in Kentucky, which this was one of them. It's a paratrooper swing cap used by the 11th Airborne, and it's a pretty unique piece. And I did a video for these on my other channel a while ago, but I think it's much more relevant to this channel, so that I'm recycling a video here from that channel. I'm probably going to delete it from that channel and just have it here. So some may have seen this, probably not. It did get like 1,000 views on that channel, which was like one of my most viewed videos on that channel. But so it's a recycled video, so I apologize for that, but it's informative and much more relevant to this channel than the other channel anyway. So I'm gonna give you a brief history on the swing cap here, and then I'll come back. We're going to be talking about a different version of treasure hunting that I do also. Other than metal detecting, I'm also an antique dealer of sorts, military, vintage toys, stuff like that. So I frequent yard sales, estate sales, flea markets, antique shows, antique stores, all that stuff. People call it picking or whatever. And maybe you've heard of American Bakers. But yeah, so it's kind of like that. So, but at the recent flea market, I found something very cool. I'm going to be showing it off here in this video, do a little history on the piece, why it's rare, why it's cool and unique. But here it is. I got a great deal on it. I'm not going to share the price because it's already sold. So which you can check out my Facebook page, battlingbuzzardsmilitary.com, where I will start uploading more stuff now that I got a little more time to be posting. But yes, some of you may know what this is. Some of you may not. One way or the other, that's probably why you clicked on the video. But yeah, it's called the swing cap, a rare piece, unique to the 11th Airborne, if you like paratrooper stuff. So let's take a little closer look at this thing. What do you think? The swing cap, as it's been dubbed by veterans and collectors, was used exclusively by paratroopers of the 11th Airborne during post-war occupation in Japan. It got its name from the division commander, Major General Joseph M. Swing, who commissioned the making of the caps for his division. Being an elite soldier such as a paratrooper during World War II, these soldiers took great pride in their uniforms and loved to stand out and be distinguishable from that of a normal foot soldier. The famous paratrooper boots are a perfect example of this. General Swing decided to take it a step further and created a cap that would set his troopers apart from all others. While it bears a striking resemblance to that of the World War II U.S. utility cap, it does have a much larger crown, and to me it's very similar to that of the Marine Corps style cover of like post-World War II to now. General Swing had the first batch of caps reportedly made by the Parachute Maintenance Company of the 511th Parachute Infantry Regiment while in the Philippines. But as demand grew when they went to Japan, many of these caps would end up being made by local tailors or seamstresses. Thus, there are several different styles and variants of the swing cap known to exist today. Most examples that have survived are made of either OD wool shirts or, like the example we have here, from a khaki dress shirt. Notice the vent holes here? They're hand-stitched. This leads me to believe that this one was probably made by a local seamstress in Japan. Some collectors have reported seeing them made from other materials also, such as HBT or captured Japanese uniforms, and some have even been noted to have had parachute material lining. Many troopers can be seen in period photographs with their caps decorated with paratrooper overseas cap patches, or an airborne tab on the front of the cap, like in this example I found here online. Does anybody recognize this young paratrooper here? The way he's holding a cigarette should give it away. It's Rod Serling of the Twilight Zone. Yes, he was an 11th Airborne trooper, and look at him wearing a swing cap. Pretty cool, huh? Here's an incredible photo of the very historic event showing General Swing wearing the cap that bears his name on the USS Missouri during the signing of the Japanese surrender. The Army Occupation Force eventually started cracking down on uniform regulations, and under the orders of General Douglas MacArthur, the iconic 11th Airborne swing cap was outlawed in 1947. So, only being used by the division for such a short period makes these considerably rare and very sought after by collectors today. Okay, and there we have it. There's a quick video, a bit of history on a piece like this, and why it's unique and cool. I love paratrooper stuff personally. It's one of my first loves of military collecting. My uncle was a paratrooper in World War II. He was 517th Parachute Regimental Combat Team. So that's where and I got some of his stuff right here. It's his overseas cap and a uniform I did up with all of his insignia, and a little bit more of my collection there. But so yeah, so I love paratrooper stuff, especially 517. So, and maybe that's another video for another time where I'll explain his stuff a little bit more, and the 517, because it's a very underrated, maybe not underrated, but certainly underappreciated. It doesn't get as much attention as, say, the 82nd Airborne or 101st Airborne, Easy Company, all that stuff. Everybody's heard of Easy Company and the 101st Airborne. So I think that'd be a fun video. So if you like this video, if you'd like to see more videos like that, I got plenty of military stuff laying around here. I could do these a lot. So you saw the old video there. And this one is different. Like I said in the video, there's been many different variations found by collectors over the years, and I suspect this one was probably rigger made, judging from the construction. It's got a much more professional kind of construction to it than the last one I had. The eyelets are actual metal eyelets rather than hand stitched, which they're gray, which I thought was kind of weird, but it was probably one of those things just using whatever they had on hand. But and it's got a slightly different crown than the other one did, but it's definitely a swing cap. I bought it from a collector there who he only collects Airborne, so I'm certain that's what it is. And there's and I paid $100 for this, which is funny because in my other video, the first one I found at a flea market. I almost got into a fight over it, actually, which doesn't happen often, even though it almost happened in one of my other videos too. But I was going through a box, and the guy tossed it aside, and he tossed it aside. He was going through a box. I saw it when he picked it up, and I was like, "Holy crap! Is that what I think it is?" And he tosses it aside. So I pick it up, and then he rips it out of my hands and says, "Oh, I'm getting that." And I was like, "Well, okay." And that kind of pissed me off. But anyway, so I walked away pissed off because I was like, "Damn, I think that was a swing cap." And I came back like 5 minutes later. He didn't even buy it. So I pick it up. I asked the guy, "How much is this?" $5. Okay. So I sold that one for $300. I paid $100 for this one. So I'm hoping I can get in the $300 again, which I think I can. I think it's funny because I have this history of finding things for a great deal and selling them for good money, and then I find it again and I pay up for it, and I have trouble getting rid of it. But I don't think that'll be the case with this one, because this one, it's nice. It must have been a spare because it looks like it didn't have a lot of use. It was nicer before I got my hands on it. I put it in my bag after I bought it, and it got a little wrinkly, so oops. But yeah, these are a cool piece of paratrooper history, and just I thought I'd like to share that. So I'd like to thank all the new subscribers that have come along and I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm trying to get a little better with my picking videos, trying to get used to using the GoPro harness, so there was a lot of shots of the floor. I got a lot of complaints of nice shots of the floor, but I will try harder next time, I guess. So I was kind of more in looking for stuff mode than worrying about filming at the time. Not that I'm making excuses, but anyway, thanks to all you new subscribers and the old subscribers. Love you all. And click that like button. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Obviously, I buy a little bit of everything. Military is one of my big ones. I also do a lot with toys, so if you like toys, be sure to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time.